Hello, friends. Welcome back to Alley Oop. I'm Jack. I've got Allie, Phil, and Ethan next to me. Today we're going to be doing something that kind of was happening at the end of December, but we've taken it into 2020. We'll be drafting our all-decade teams from Michigan basketball. This should be fun. We'll do a snake draft, starting with Allie, and we'll work our way around like a snake. And
Just
yeah,
like a snake.
you know, it's almost like they really came up with a good name for it. And of course, current players are eligible, even though we are now in 2020. They were players in 2019. So, Allie, with the first pick, who do you have?
I'm going to go with Trey Burke. Definitely our best point guard of the decade. You know, makes clutch plays, smart plays, just a good all-around basketball player. So, good start to my team, I think.
Burke, the best player of the decade, unless, of course, you're asking Jake, who would say David DeJulius.
Of course.
Phil, you're next.
Yeah, it was a toss-up for sure with the number one pick. Even harder, pick number two. I'm going to go with the Canadian Nick Stauskas. Great shooting guard, really good from the three-point line, good team leader, a lot of enthusiasm. You know, great player throughout his career at Michigan, so really happy to have him as my first-round pick.
Yeah, and for my first-round pick, definitely a tough one because Burke and Stauskas great players, but another player from that same team, Tim Hardaway Jr., just a walking bucket really back in his day here at Michigan. Just like such a great guy, a true Michigan man. No one else I would want in my first-round pick, maybe other than the first two people drafted, but Tim Hardaway Jr. And then, since it is a snake draft, as Jack said, I'll go again. And for the second round, gotta go Mo Wagner. That man, just the heart and soul of Michigan basketball when he was here.
That's true.
Can get a three, he can cross up a big man, he can go right to the rim, he plays hard defense. He never commits fouls if you ask him. So I need him on my all-decade team.
Good choice. I'm going to continue with the trend of picking the 2013 team. Actually, I may have lied. Glenn Robinson III is my next pick. He's on that team.
He is on that team.
Yeah.
Great versatile player, great athlete, dunker. You know, he can kind of get the team going when they need some momentum, and I just love his attitude on the court. So happy to have him as my small forward.
Well, not going to lie, I liked all three of those last picks. They were definitely on my list of people I wish I could have on this team. But I'm going to go with a big man here. I'm going to go with Jordan Morgan, just a classic, great center, plays with a lot of heart and a lot of grit. And again, since it's a snake draft, my next pick is going to be Duncan Robinson. Just always good for a great, quick three-point shot for us. And I think he'll be a good addition to this team.
I feel like you might be a little biased just based on him doing so well in the NBA recently, but still a respectable pick, unbelievable shooter. But I think the one thing my team is currently missing is a great point guard to kind of, you know, bring the team together as one cohesive unit, and that's why I'm going with Xavier Simpson. All-around great player, as we've seen, best leader Michigan has had in quite a while, and just does everything on the court. So super pumped to have him in the third round.
Talking about great leaders, what about the guy who led Michigan basketball into the current age they are in, Zach Novak? That is my pick. What a man, two-time captain, just an all-around, like he helped turn this program around with Beeline and more of the early days here of the decade. Maybe some of our viewers don't remember him because you guys were in preschool or whatnot, but
Where were you?
I was high school maybe, no, middle school, sixth grade, yeah. I remember him. And then going in, my team needs a point guard, so, you know, arguably the best point guard of the decade, Derek Walton Jr.
Okay.
4 general, assists, points, you know, just a man that he doesn't miss games. He played so many games for us, so definitely on my team.
Good choice. And I'm going with, I need like a little bit of cockiness on my team to just to kind of, you know, give them that attitude, that spunk. So I'm going with Iggy Brazdeikis. Only played 1 year at Michigan, but he was electric. Already doing well in the NBA, but, you know, kind of can score at will in the paint and from the three-point line, and just kind of brings that attitude that we need. So definitely taking Iggy.
I'm going to round out my team with Isaiah Livers and Marr. Taking Livers because we've seen this year the team struggle without him, although they did bring home a big road win last night at Rutgers with him on the bench. And then Marr because I don't think there's someone that's played for Michigan basketball in the past decade with his composure and basketball IQ. I mean, he scored his 1,000th career point in a great fashion on the free throw line and had 20-plus points in that national championship game against Villanova, really just held the team together. So.
All right. Well, interesting
No,
to see.
I still have one
Oh,
more pick,
okay.
actually.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't let me forget about my 5th pick,
Yeah.
who is the center that this team needs, that high motor energy we're looking for. I'm going with Mitch McGarry. Definitely carried Michigan's 2013. Didn't necessarily carry them, but was a huge contributing factor
He
to
set
that
that
team.
screen in the Kansas game.
Great screen, had a huge game against Florida. I love his attitude, and just a great all-around big man. So happy to have him rounding out my squad.
Yeah, and I had the honor of having the last pick in this draft, and it came down to 4 people really for me. It came down to Karis LeVert, Jordan Poole, DJ Wilson, and Spike Albrecht. And you know, I had to go DJ Wilson to round out this team. Another big man on the court, can still stretch the floor. As much as I would have loved picking Karis or Jordan Poole or even Spike, you know, I just felt like DJ, he did a lot, and he really like improved in his years here at Michigan into a first-round pick. And he has the honor of being on my team.
Okay, now we're done.
No.
Billy,
Yeah.
sorry to almost rob you of your
If we're picking a bench too, I mean, we should keep
your
going,
last
but-
picks. But interesting to see the directions you guys went with your picks. Those of you watching at home, let us know what your picks would be, who your top 5 would be in the YouTube comments, or tweet us at Wolv Alley-Oop. Really fun to see. Of course, guys, we'll be debating whose team might win in a theoretical matchup between these 2010 Michigan teams. So great job today. Really fun listening to what you guys had to say, and we'll be coming right back at you with more content from Alley-Oop.